I was looking at this schedule yesterday, and especially when the announcement came out that 6 games initially was the suspension. Most likely is going to be longer, but to your point, the legal system can go which way or that, and if there's an injunction or anything like that. But you look at their first 6 games, right? The biggest one, of course, at Carolina because of the Baker Mayfield storyline in Week 1. But then you have the Jets, who we don't know too much about. They struggled a year ago with a rookie quarterback, a year 2 with Robert Saleh. Then Pittsburgh, a team they've had success with, especially at home. Then in Atlanta, the Chargers is going to be difficult. New England, I think, is one that you could make a coin toss, especially in Cleveland. I mean, those 6 games right there with Jacoby Brissett at the helm, how confident do you think this team feels with the early schedule and regardless of who's at quarterback at that time?
You know, I think they were probably jumping for joy when they saw that schedule come out and
Right.
they saw those, softish games on the early part of the schedule. Now, the Jets obviously went out and added a ton of talent. But, once again, now they just lost their starting right tackle for the season. You know that Pittsburgh is in a state of flux, at least at the quarterback position. And, really it's kind of up in the air who's going to start against the Cleveland Browns in that game. So I think the Browns were ecstatic when they saw the early part of the schedule, thinking that Jacoby Brissett could hold down the fort until Deshaun got back. At that time, they were bracing themselves for a 6 to 8 game suspension. And now, we just have no idea if it's going to be as short as the 6 games Sue L. Robinson came up with or what Peter C. Harvey will do.
All right, so let's talk a little football, right? That's what everybody's excited to see come Thursday with the start of preseason games. Talk to us a little bit about the injuries, the recent injuries in particular with their great returner, and some of the positive things you've seen from camp on the defensive side, or things that Browns fans out there can be excited about in the face of all of this.
Yeah, you know what? First of all, very unfortunate that Jakeem Grant, their all-pro returner, went down with a season-ending Achilles yesterday. He's the second receiver on the team to suffer a season-ending injury. The first was an undrafted but very promising rookie by the name of Isaiah Weston. So he's out for the season as well, and they've had other injuries at receiver. I still think they need to go out and add another receiver or two, someone that is somewhat accomplished. But we'll have to see where that's going to go. Then, as I mentioned before, you've got Kareem Hunt wanting to be traded. So there are some things that are up in the air, but there's still a lot of talent on this football team. Amari Cooper has looked really good. David Njoku and Harrison Bryant at tight end are looking really good. You've got Nick Chubb, who arguably is the best runner in the NFL. And then when you move over to the defensive side of the ball, I just think this defense is going to be dynamite this year. I mean, they finished in the top 5 last year overall, and they're only going to be better this year.